looking at a kerning in Illustrator. Create myself a nice text box. I'm just going to type something and then do a comparison with the kerning options. And I'll start off by typing my name. Okay, I'm going to enlarge that into quite a nice point size. It will make a lot of sense. So go for a nice 72 point display. And over here, I'm just going to choose a typeface like, say, let's say Garamond. So there's my name, typeset as Illustrator will give it in Garamond. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this by holding down my Alt key and clicking and dragging. And with this one here, I'm just going to place sort of out of sight because I'm going to pull that one back in a little bit later on. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So most people may find that acceptable, but as a good typographer, I'm seeing a lot of issues around there regarding the tracking. The tracking is the space running across the entire line of text, as well as some obvious kerning issues. There's one between the W and the A. I can also see between the O and the U is definitely a problem. So what I like to do here is I like to select my line of text, so making sure I get all my text selected, and then I'm going to go and open up my character options here in my type characters, and Illustrator makes it quite clear where you can see over here is kerning, the space between two characters, and over here this is tracking for tracking over your selected characters, and in this instance I have selected all of these characters. So what I like to do is I'll start off here and I'm going to bring the tracking down a bit by -1, -2, -3, and what I'm doing over here is I'm looking to see when two of these characters come close enough together to say, fine, I'm happy with that. And I'm constantly looking, these are getting quite close over here. So I'm actually fairly happy with what's happening over here with the tracking, but these are still quite loose. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click between the areas and I'm saying, am I happy with this? And all of these areas, the G and the H, I'm going to click over here and I'm going to start kerning that down. So I'm only adjusting the space between the G and the H. And the U and the G, I can do that as well. You can use your arrow keys. And it's very much an optical thing that I'm working at now. My arrow key to the left will bring me to the O and the U. You can see there's now quite a large space. So I can give myself a couple of clicks over here. Once again, of course, Illustrator making it quite easy. Or you can go drop down and say, let's go straight to, say, -10. Keep on going. As I said, it's an optical thing. Sometimes if you squint your eyes, it helps as well. And that is starting to look a lot better for me. Let's go to the next one. Definitely going to power out. I'm just going to push over here to -10. And then I'm going to keep going down. Let's just see, I think -25 may be too much. Although, maybe not. Yeah, it's a little too much. So I'm just going to go up a little bit. So I'm happy with that. Now you can even kern the space between the Wayne and the Cochrane, and I'll do that at the very end. So let's go between the N and the E, and that looks like it needs a lot of help. So I'm going to start with the -25, and I'm constantly looking over here to get a feeling, a sense of what is happening between the different characters over here, and I'm thinking a little bit more, in fact. So it's quite a radical difference. Bring that a little bit closer. There we go, to the Y and the N, and I'm going to push that to the -25, and I'm going to let it go out a little bit. It's a little too close. That's a tricky one between the Y and the N. There's the A and the Y. Once again, -25. And I'm going to actually take it more. minus 26. I'm squinting my eyes. You may want to squint your eyes as well. A bit more. And there's the W and the A. I'm going to start bringing that in a lot more. Oh, that could do with a lot, eh? Especially as it's the sort of beginning of the line. It's deserving a lot of attention. Just going to move the cursor away. I want some more here. Now I'm really getting to the flow of things. Let's move it away a bit. Now over here, I'm going to lose the space. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually control and say, let's make it a positive amount of 50. Maybe a little bit more. So I don't have to rely on the fact that a space bar is correct for me. 200. And I'm happy with that. So there we go. Let's click it off and see whether that's working. I'm happy with this over here. I still think over here, between the A and the Y, I'm going to bring that down even further. And I'm still not happy with that. So it's an ongoing process. Patience will make a good typographer. So if I'm happy with that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the old one over here by clicking and dragging it and placing it underneath. And let's have a look at the difference and see if visually we prefer the top one or the bottom one. And here you can see definitely in this area over here and most definitely in this area over here. So a quick demonstration just to show you the importance of using your tracking and your kerning when you are typesetting, especially headlines, business cards, logos, etc. Thank you very much, and we'll see you back for another lesson.